Well, it certainly will be. I'm excited for this one. Best of one in NaVi versus MOUZ. Chad, how are you feeling about this game? What are we witnessing here?
We've just baited everybody in. Look like we're about to go live, but a tech issue called. Look, I'm just trying to dissect some of the qualms of the desk right there. Obviously not wanting NaVi to allow this one to go to MOUZ's 10 in a streak Mirage. So that is a bit of a problem there. So in terms of the matchup overall, I don't know. I still have NaVi as the favorites, especially in this type of context. But I would have had FaZe as favorites earlier today, and I know that they did pull off the victory in overtime, but that's the whole point, that it was a very close game. So we have been treated today. We have had close match after close match. Just let you know that it's a spilled drink here. That's why we're having a couple of issues with the tech timeout. So simple there, just mopping up the mess. Maybe some baby wipes out here.
Can I make a complaint right here?
Sure.
I don't know how many people remember this, but back on, I don't know what, but back on when people were still watching regular sort of linear broadcast TV, back in the day, they had these advertisements all over the place, or advertisements all over the place, where they were selling sort of nanoparticle sprays that you could spray on everything. You remember this?
Nanoparticle sprays. Yeah. Was it for cleaning? Was it for
like nano covers? Yeah,
okay.
You could so that if you spilled something, it would never be a problem. Like they had.
Oh, I remember. And you
trousers,
okay?
No problem.
Yep.
Where did this technology go? I feel like nanotechnology just cheated us completely. It was a hot thing like in the early 2000s.
So we need to
90s.
follow this up, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I feel like I was just being lied to.
All right.
I used to trust everything on TV.
Well, it could be fake news. There's plenty of that going around these days.
Well, anyway, the drink issue has been sorted out. Good job.
Hopefully it was just water, not sticky.
Yeah,
don't want any sticky residue. Well, here comes the B execute.
It's just letting a bullet fly out. Simple as they're hunting them now. I don't know, are they attacking the bomb site or running from Simple? It's not quite clear. Yikes. What a shot from Perfecto. JC, there's no way he knew who shot him there. And Simple, that flank not going to be working out. Frozen trying his best to recover the round. Not going to be possible here. Dexter on his own, 1 versus 3. He's trying to escape, but SDY is there to catch him. And that is a nice round from NaVi. It felt like from the start they knew exactly what was coming.
Now, look, if Dexter keeps up that level of performance, I might have to dub him a New Zealander because he's forgotten where I'm from, and I can throw jabs too. But a great little opener here from NaVi. Simple munching away with the in-fashion dual Berettas. Somebody at Valve HQ smiling from ear to ear. But that's the tidy start for NaVi and a key component as part of this. Now, we will get back underway with an economical from MOUZ. And one of the keys with MOUZ is they do love a very standard default on this map. They like to be quite slow, so expect some scenes that are similar to Cloud9.
Simple. Missed shot, didn't quite peek us wide. That's dangerous. Gotta be careful, making the jump down. They do not hunt him at the end. And they're gonna be falling back just a tiny bit here.
This is called the ping pong method.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're just pinging your pong all over the map here. So back and forth they go, looking for any space, anybody overextending.
You have to move all the way to New Zealand. What about Tasmania first? Could you?
Nope, straight to New Zealand. Condemned.
That's rough.
Yep, it's unfortunate, but that's the way the cookie's going to crumble around here. If he does something crazy, I'll give back his honours.
It's all northern part of Australia that you could be exiled into. That.
No, he's not getting away with any of the luxuries.
Bit is having a fine time of it. It's very relaxed, just clicking the mouse every once in a while, getting in kills.
That's the way we'd like most of it to go when we play Counter-Strike. Doesn't really tend to go that way. Simple still cleaning up the residue. A little bit on my hands, a little bit on my lap. You can see there he's not happy with himself. Not happy with myself at all.
Yeah, disappointed. Nice. I quite like this camera angle.
Yeah, I think it's cool. What do you want to call it? I immediately thought battle cam, like it's a camera mounted on the shoulder.
It does feel that way, yeah. I think that's good. That's a nice name for it. I'll stick with that. So, 2-0 in favor of NaVi. Now the fun begins. AK's on the side of MOUZ. Let's see what they do. Stretched up pretty far, like you said. They do like a default kind of approach to it. So yeah, they're getting a lot of map control. Sundai Young sneaking in to catch Dexter, and that's a nice kill. That's going to slow them down, and now they get some mid control in return for it, but still, that's a problem.
Interesting maneuver there from Exertion. We'll touch on it next round as EC in the bin as well. Exertion will find SDY, so at least from this power position of connector, he's been able to find a little bit of something. And this forward position over towards B from Perfecto really rumbles MOUZ's chances here.
Remember we were watching Exertion on Vertigo
He's a beast.
the other day, and he was sneaking in everywhere. Just the way that he positioned himself on in that game was absolutely wild. So could be cool if we could see something similar.
Facto's dropped back.
Here?
Yeah, there was a power position before. Now he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's realized. Nade out, wants to buy time. He's just trying to stay alive right now. Backup is coming, but for a minute he's alone versus 3. He's done a good job staying alive for a minute, but Torshi's going to be able to find him. Bit comes charging in, and that's unfortunately the bomb for MOUZ, so they can't follow it up with a really quick bomb plant. Now they probably have to fight NaVi straight up in this 2-on-3. They're right in the market waiting for them. Sershin going to be taking a look down there, but he's alone as Frozen is put out of the round. A bomb been picked up now again, but 18 seconds here. He's going to win that fight, puts him down to 2 health. You have to assume the end of the round. Yeah, it's a great effort. It really is. But Bit will find the last kill. He's 5-0, and it's NaVi to win the first rifle round at MOUZ pickup.
Yeah, good amount of damage there from Exertion, but not enough. Now, the play that I was talking about, and I guess we can follow along because it might happen more so. I just saw this smoke ricocheting top mid, and I don't believe they deployed a Molotov or an incendiary out of the NaVi camp to the top mid box, but Exertion found himself using a T-smoke that had landed towards the top mid boxes and then was on top of it one-way, which we know is a common theme, but it was like a premeditated decision out of spawn, I think. I'll have to go back and double-check that one. I will be keeping eyes to see if it is a consistent maneuver. In this round, not to be the case. Yeah. This lighter investment that it will be dispatched off quite quickly here. Simple wants a little bit of Frozen and sends him packing.
Just the pistols, so probably going to be a predictable outcome here. SDY. Nade is going to be forcing them out of that corner at the very least. Nobody really wants to be behind it. Probably could have somebody. But NaVi are trying to play this one slow and steady. Not seeing too many hunts for any kind of frags or anything like that. And NaVi themselves have been in kind of a weird territory for a bit. I mean, obviously, Electronic had that out-of-this-world performance they're talking about on the desk. But I feel like the whole sort of as a structure, NaVi still feels like someone's not quite 100%.
Same with FaZe, right? The two top dogs at the moment showing that they can bleed. So, yeah, whatever those problems are, I assume that they'll have them all sorted by the time we get into the runway. But the biggest, I guess, relief for these squads is just to get through the RMR.
Yes.
Right? Just get through and make sure you confirm for the major. If you're the challenger stage, the legend stage, we obviously know these teams want to find themselves as deep into the tournament as quickly as possible. And either NaVi or MOUZ can keep themselves in pursuit of that in at least the easiest fashion if they pick up the victory today, put themselves in the 2-0 column. Now, in case people aren't aware, in the 2-0 column, you will be playing best of 3s. We still have a couple more best of 1s for the 1-1 matchups tomorrow. They'll be going down in the morning, in the AM, I do believe, and maybe leaking slightly into the afternoon. But Electronic, I can imagine so. He's got some confidence.
Yeah, no doubt. Bit trying to check if anyone wants to make their way past. He had the right idea, but not quite the right aim for it. Perfecto's going to get caught, and especially with that nade on top. Hard to win that fight. And NaVi, even being 4-0 with some money in the bank, I don't know if this is really worth it. Yeah. I know it's early, but maybe you should pack on up with the weapons and just keep him alive.
Yeah, that's that Exertion couple of kills. That damage has ramifications here. Obviously not immediately, but it does start to seep in. Saving the orb, saving 2 AKs. You can see Simple there. He hung around a second longer, was juggling the guns back and make sure that they do recover 2 of the Kalashnikovs. There'll be no money for the buy, but a tidy execute from MOUZ and take care of business here as they want to keep everybody alive, starting to exit all through the B halls. This is another key that we really don't talk about a lot, is like exiting as well. That is a factor that you have in teams. All right, guys, in what situation, where are you exiting, how are we exiting?
Yes.
Everybody needs to know the bomb radius, where we plant, how much damage we're going to take on each. These are all these extra details that go overlooked, and that's because there's so many other cooler details for us to focus on, but Counter-Strike is such a deep game.
Yeah, well, and at a minimum, you don't want to be making those choices on the fly in the middle, because that's where you can make the mistakes. So it's better to just have the protocol from the outset.
Exactly. That's the theory that we talk about with these teams, right? When you get into a site, where are we planning? Okay, if we have 3 players left, what are the powerful post-plant positions if we can get into them? How do we want to set up different configurations? How do we play off of each other? You want to do as much of that in the theory before you get into the game. So once you're live, if you need to improv on top of that, you already have the base.
That's a quick reaction from MOUZ, you know, losing texture in the middle in the last round and then pretty quickly in the B. They were like, all right, let's go.
They're faking a B split right now with the 2 smokes on Cat. It's actually going to be the A play. And they jumped out, waterfalling into SDY, caught off guard. Bit's got 1, the bomb's loose.
Yeah, he actually got jumped on, although Electronic with a good spray. He's aware someone could be behind. He didn't even bother reloading, but Dexter's still winning the fight. That's a nice pickup. That actually gets them back into it. I think if Dexter goes down there, they probably can't even really get out of that A ramp. But now instead, interesting position here. Flash to go for the fight. Dexter, this is wonderful. He's taken down Bit and he's ready for more. Drop Simple. What an absolutely godlike opening. Triple kill for him. They still have a minute left. They're going to go for the bomb plant here. Molotov is going to force him out from that corner. Toshi under a little bit of pressure. Nade on top, but he's still alive. Perfecto, otherwise very nearly perfectly played. Toshi is lucky that he's got any health at all left, and Perfecto's hunting for him. Dexter, does he want to swing to try and help him out? Tries to go for that jump. Oh, that would have been a shot if he could have hit it. But more Molotovs raining in to slow down Perfecto. He does have a kit picked up, so still trying for it. Toshi's still stuck back there. He's going to finally go down. Perfecto, no headshot there. Dexter is low enough. He's going to hold. Oh, he's not going to. Comes off it, and Dexter will win the round. Quad kill. Is he allowed back on Australia now?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you know Dexter's Australian? Yeah, because he definitely is right here. A massive round from the in-game leader Import there. And that was all him kind of selling the fake. He was the only presence in mid other than the two smokes. He deployed some key utility from the top account. Their waterfall out, and it felt like they were dealt with here. You can see Perfecto causing it to be costly, but not able to connect the dots, and Dexter will remove his head. So a big one, a nice round. And second now for MOUZ as we get underway with NaVi with 2 MP9s, 2 M4s, and the AWP. So still won't be easy to break for MOUZ, but starting to soften up NaVi indeed.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, remember, Dexter was just even getting them to be even halfway alive in that round. If he would have died in the middle in the first go, which he could have, Electronic was looking for it, that would have been over. None of that round would have even been close. So that's well done. 2 to 4 the scoreline as we move into the 7th round. Oops.
Unforced error there. You could see them congregated behind the mid box. Now,
you don't want to try and sell it as an intentional mistake to bait someone in the window?
I could do, and someone could tweet at me and say, no, they meant to do that, which is fine. But to me, right now, as I've witnessed it, looks like a key mistake with that missed smoke. But I don't think it'll cost them too much here. They can still get this mid control. They've had to redeploy the window smoke anyway.
All right. Bit throwing that one means he's probably not going to peek behind it, because that's a bit of a giveaway. And he's got the MP9. Another reason why he probably doesn't want to peek that box over on the catwalk. Sort of a triangular defense over at the A bomb site, which if they can find the opening is easy to break. But you need that first kill on the T side, and they're not getting it right now. Electronic and Simple and Sumda Young coming into it, and they're winning every fight. That's obviously going to make for a great defense. Simple on that last one, taking down Toshi. And yeah, I think if we could replay that round and have MOUZ just get 1 kill to start with, it's such a different attack up that connector, but they got none of them.
Yeah, so that's a shutout right there. Great round from NaVi. Bounce back immediately here. That's the winning ways stalled. 2 consecutive for MOUZ. Stopped here, and the caches as well. They're in a bit of a rough one. That's obviously by the nature of the one-on-one situation Dexter found himself into a round prior. We'll see a couple of deagles come out here. Poor Perfecto stuck on an MP9. I don't think either him or Bit was one of the two. Couldn't get to an upgraded rifle before the round subsided. Here's Dexter again, this time lurking behind this mid-smoke, trying to activate it for a pick. A flash over, Dexter turns, swings out, and that's a shot. Dexter's on one today, Bit's in the bin.
He's come here to really stay competitive with NaVi. You could tell in a good state of mind right now.
I think he just heard the scope. Thought, there's an AWP in there. Might leave that one. He can keep the AK, actually. Oh, actually, a boost on the other side. There's a difference. Oh.
They might have made a bit of noise jumping as well. I'm not quite sure. Either way, Electronic seem to be ready. I like that idea, because if they did hear the scope, that actually might work. Trying to go for the counter boost. So creative thinking coming out. 4-on-4. And Electronic, not going to be any flashes against him, so very hard to turn this corner again. Saw him yesterday. And a nice little spray here. Going to get him a triple at the end. 1 at the end, actually. Got the first one, too. So, good round for him. 6-2 in favor of NaVi. But the economy is not that amazing on the NaVi side. It's good, but it's not out of control, so MOUZ have a lot to fight for.
Yeah, they've kept this competitive in the early stages, that's for sure. At least there's been a couple of key rounds that have forced NaVi under the thumb. If you look at residual cash and the fact that Perfecto is using an MP9 again, there will be a little bit of money left over. But taking care of business now. 6-2, a timeout called, the first on the MOUZ side. And the coach, Cyclone here, you can see him having a chat with the lads.
Simple had that water bottle open. That's the first mistake right there.
Yeah, well, that's why they put a lot of things on the ground. So they're trying to avoid as many issues. See how long that bottle of water lasts there. I reckon give it 30 seconds before the league ops guy grabs it and puts it on the ground.
Yeah, it's like, don't interfere with the tournament.
Trying to keep the tables as clean as possible. You can have your notes, but your water bottles on the ground, lads. I remember there were some desks when I was playing back in the day that they would now even have drink holders.
Yes. Where did that go?
I don't know. Maybe they're still there and the players just don't want to use them. That's fine too. It's their choice.
Here we are. Round number 9. Aggressive move from Simple. Electronic back here setting up the one-way, but that's to look into the middle. And that could also be bait. You know, if you hear that, you're peeking in from... You might not want to peek from top mid, but you might definitely want to try and go for lower. You walk right into the AWP shot, and MOUZ is doing none of it.
Well, I'm curious, will they wait till the smoke subsides because it's fading now? Oh, Simple actually misses the shot there. So Electronic will get away, and that bait you were talking about, MOUZ gobble it up. Will be taken clean off the hook there. So beautiful work from Max of Exertion there to find that opening and wanting to pivot back. There's still no need for MOUZ to hit the pedal just yet, but this is NaVi searching for a little bit more information, and they do have a fight on Frozen.
Ooh, not gonna find it. Second kill of the game for Frozen. They'll take it. SDY out of the round, and now it's looking very unlikely here that they can bring it back. Wide swing for Electronic. He's aware that they're back there. Nade on top. Could kill Frozen if he falls back into it, but he won't. Sticking at the corner. Another nade. Still goes way too far, and they're gonna hunt him down. Frozen in the double kill. And Bit and Perfecto. Well, now just Perfecto on an MP9 out here.
An MP9 in a 1v5. At least he's at the right bomb site.
Yeah, that's something.
There's something going for him here. Look, maybe... Oh, he doesn't have a kit. I was going to say, maybe, just maybe they overlook him. He walks in. We get a crazy defuse situation. It's like Spawn on Cobble all over again.
It's so rare that it happens nowadays. I feel like it can only happen, you know, maybe once a year because it becomes such a big deal when it does happen.
Didn't it happen earlier on the year on Vertigo? I think it happened earlier on the year on Vertigo. Oh, Outsiders upsetting Heroic here. So that was maybe a 55-45 game, maybe even a 50-50. I think Outsiders are mega legit, and their style, especially up against a team like Heroic, I like it. It's the same as when I see Outsiders against Furia, and I'm thinking, okay, this is Outsiders. This is Jame time. This is Flit going monstrous. So it's a big victory there for Outsiders, and with that big win as well, and I don't mean a huge win, I mean the team beating Vitality that we just covered off, that means tomorrow's matches in the 2-0 column could get quite interesting. There's some opportunities. You might have an ENCE versus a Big. Depends on this result here with NaVi and MOUZ, so we have to wait and see how that one unfolds.
Yeah, still up in the air in many ways. NaVi completely out of cash. They're going to be able to buy into this round, but I mean, even look at that. AWP and Simple, always a good reason to buy around it. But 2 for MOUZ, 1 UMP, and very limited on the utility. No diffuse kit in sight. MOUZ will seem to be sticking to the game plan. Good entry. Dexter's had so many of them already in this first half. He's going to keep going very aggressive. I can't believe he wins the fight. Surely they would have heard the footsteps, but that's a huge opening.
Just strolling in across the map here and taking multiple scouts. SDY and Electronic. These are no slouches either. So dealt with the A defense, and maybe that's enough.
Oh, no.
Maybe not. Bit will find one through the smoke. That's the bomb loose now.
Yes. And that was right before the bomb was about to be planted. That could have been a little bit of a different outcome. Nice find from JDC. He's ready to battle more, and he'll take 2 of them with him. So, in spite of the lack of a bomb plant, they're still in a pretty good position right now. Bit's been having a good game up until this point. If he can win this 1 versus 2, that would be quite the shock to MOUZ, no doubt. He's 10-4 at the moment.
The ace.
That's smoke. Yeah, if he wants to, but he might just be thinking, especially because of the smoke, he might be thinking this is not worth it. Picks up the AWP, he's going to walk away, so 6-4.
Yeah, look, if we were later in the game, if we were in the second half and the scoreline was, I don't know, let's say 14-12 or something crazy, maybe Bit would go for a round like this, but Simple is waiting, and he wants his AWP, yes please. He will be getting it in the next round, and the Playmaker will have to offer something up here, because MOUZ are going to draw this down to a 2-round game, 6-4 with the scores on the door, and again, a key round from Dexter. Another multi-kill, another opening. It's unfortunate that he went down there. You can see him hugging the ground. But JDC with some impact as well. This is a key position, a key choke point, and the fact that all the bodies were coming his way takes Simple out. Remember that saved AWP. So the question is, how much can we get out of this? And another key question is, where is Simple as far as the spawns? He's at the back of the pack. He doesn't have a good spawn to take a palace peek. Doesn't even have a very good window spawn here. So we'll have to operate with that knowledge. And it looks like he'll take it over towards B. They might want to boost him up. And that may have actually been the right call. It's the right call anyway. They're rushing.
Yeah, they're going for it. Still, this is tricky. This is the only rifle that's here. He's picked up Dexter to begin with. And MOUZ, do you still want to keep going? You know that's the only rifle in play. Bit down here below. He's picked up an AK-47 as well. Oh, MOUZ are in trouble. The spray is in. And they're Simple following it up. Just Torshi left, 1 versus 4. And the bomb is lost to him. They wanted to double and triple down on attacking that bomb site.
I can understand it. I can definitely understand it. We'll have that conversation in a moment, because Torji, are you going to be giving us the same save simulator back to back, or are we going to see you give this one a crack? Now, look at all those bodies just below the window. That's a massacre on the B site. And Torji looks like he will start to be slightly more inquisitive here. I guess I can build into the thought process. When you know that there's a retained AWP, you don't want to get picked off defaulting. You don't want to be just lingering across the map, allowing Simple to isolate these fights. So an alternative is rush the B bomb site. And with set utility, the biggest issue was the smoke hadn't deployed on that opening kill. Simple got that one for free because the Utah was still waiting to deploy or waiting to plume.
Once you hear the AWP ring out of the B bomb site, do you keep going?
Well, that's the thing, because if you trust your execute well enough, then you should be able to get out of the choke point, even with Simple's AWP kill, find one of these pistols, because Simple was at range, right? He wasn't really the biggest threat in that moment. They were going to be past him, and they were to some regard. They actually stalled out. They didn't full commit. They didn't full commit behind Dexter after the death. They really slowed things down.
This window where they're all dead right underneath. Have I ever told you? I have this idea that I've been playing for a long time.
Okay, hit me.
If you jump 2 people up there, so one just sits in the window, but as far out as you can, in towards the B-bomb site.
Oh, the boost.
The next guy jumps up on this guy.
I have seen, you've shown me this before.
And they can actually look in through the
alternate window, right?
Yeah, the first window, I guess, if you're coming from the T side, right? The one that has
a deeper
the bars
angle on it.
Yeah, so if you're on the T side and you slink all the way across near the sofa or the couch or whatever, you're gonna get spotted from an angle that's impossible to foresee, I think.
Yeah, well, you've shown me that one before. I don't think I've seen any teams pull it off, but definitely in a round with a saved rifle, those type of gimmicks, like those type of little moves, everybody needs to have them in the back pocket, right? So as creative you can get, that's some of the keys here. But that one is gonna be a sour taste for MOUZ here to lose a type of round like that, and they're going B again.
Yeah, they're saying, all right, we lost the last one, but we're definitely winning this one. The only Pete defender went down without a chance at all. I actually think NaVi have a choice to make really fast right now. Oh, that's exertion. That's all the way. He just killed him through the entire map.
That's wild. The fact that this round is already over is wild. I can't believe the last 2 rounds and the way that they've unfolded here. And when we had Cadian come on, he joined us late at night. I think it was during the NaVi G2 game, and it was on Mirage, and he was discussing Perfecto's position and how that he can be a bit more disconnected and closer to short, especially when they're having more of a mid-centric defense, and that it's something you can take advantage of. And whoa, some fast shots from either player here. Bit and Torji will hit some quick ones.
They definitely took advantage of that close to mid position for Perfecto, no doubt. Yeah, execute didn't work one time, but they do it again. And it works, 7-5, and 13th round is coming up.
So now the question is again, all right, MOUZ, before you knew there was an AWP in play, or at least one save rifle, you went for the B rush and you just got destroyed. Now you've gone for a little bit of a later B explode. This time it's worked. So what is the call? It's going to be actually a NaVi timeout, and that's to discuss the tail end here of this first half. Taking a look, we can get SDY into an M4 and Electronic as well. Perfecto, he's already been operating extremely light. MP9s, UMPs. There's a conversation being had. Simple gesturing something here. I'm sure that the brain trust of Blade and Electronic will be taking that on board. And it looks like with the loss bonus 1900 into the next, they feel comfy. Whoa, no, they're going in. Okay, cancel that. I figured it was too late, but there comes the buy. Yeah. This is the best possible scenario they could find themselves in.
Fighting for the last couple of rounds here. But this has not been a walk in the park. You know, you look at the names here, NaVi and MOUZ, but it's a best of one. It's not the best version of NaVi that we've seen in a while. And MOUZ, again, just to remind everyone, they did go 5-0 in their group during the ESL Pro League Season 16, right? They were, at least they finished top. I don't know if it was 5-0, but
I think it was 4-1. They lost to...
Right.
Maybe they lost to... I think they lost to Ents? I can double check that. But yeah, they topped their group. That is a certainty.
So, not a team to be completely underestimated either. You always know during these RMRs, something wacky is always going to be happening. We already had a little bit of it, but it just never goes exactly according to plan.
We avoided most of it on day one, right? There was hardly any upsets, if at all. And then, but you're correct though, and we're really going to get to the Wild Wild West by the time we make it to the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Right? That's where some of these matchups, and we'll be finding teams in the 2-2 category, and it's gonna get rough out there. There's going to be heartbreak. That's what the RMRs are all about. Everybody here, the 32 teams, we've got the Americas going on, we've got Asia later in the week. Everybody wants to qualify for the major, and if they don't, that's the season done. And Dexter again initiates here, almost a double up.
So impressive with Dexter anyway. Just the fact that he can will himself into getting those opening fights and winning them is absolutely crucial. 30 seconds on the clock, and the bomb is still stuck over by Tetris. That's a big issue right now. Counter flashes are coming out to try and slow down MOUZ, but they need that bomb plant, and they don't have a lot of space for it right now, especially being a man down. So at some point, they need to commit. That's a good start. JDC taking down SDY. Now back into a 3-on-3. The smoke is up. They're trying to get the bomb. Oh, a little bit more of a spray, and maybe this would have been denied entirely. Electronic showing up for a double, and now it's on Torshi. 1 versus 2 here. Yeah, into the corner. Gotta be careful, because Simple is on the other side. Who is gonna be faster? Oh, nobody hit that shot. That's rare. Torshi gets that one. Oh, and he almost gets the flick, but it's Electronic to save his team again. And they're on 8.
Yeah, Electronic's in some wild form here. Look, this isn't a 40 bomb just yet. We don't know how many he's gonna get here, but he's been having a lot of contributions. And when we compare the in-game leaders, right, Electronic was a star player for the longest time. Dexter, throughout most of his tenure there for the Renegades team, was doing the in-game leading, right? And now over here leading an international squad, putting up some impact with that opener, but not enough. Torji couldn't convert. Electronic too sharp. And a nice round for NaVi to win out the half.
Yeah, that is super well done. But just to highlight again, Dexter getting these openings is absolutely making a crucial hit. That's one of the reasons why surely this is a much more tougher first half than maybe NaVi were anticipating.
Precisely.
He's doing God's work right now.
Yeah, his impact you can see it in a lot of the rounds that they've converted. Whoa, simple. Okay, Torji in the dirt again.
So maybe Dexter will be called upon one more time. He's on that A ramp right next to where Torshi died, so maybe you just take a deep breath and try and see if you can do it again. Insertions down the middle here. Pressure being put on. Dexter's actually picked up the AWP, okay.
Yeah, why not? Make it work. That nade is going to do a chunk of damage onto Exertion and JDC, but they will get him mantled up here onto the little ledge. SDY using their smoke, but Dexter's just strolled out. See you later, Electronic.
What an absolute god. Oh, he spins around. He's taking down SDY as well. I have no idea where this is coming from. He's out of control. JDC coming in from the middle to drop Simple in CT spawn. Now Dexter's back to pick up the bomb. What an insane level that he's reaching.
Yeah, might want to just do it all here. The fact he even found that gap, Electronic was like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
How did he get here? And then even to spin around to get the other, SDY really screwed the pooch on that one. And they're going to get the round. Another high impact Dexter round, 8-6, 1 round game, money in the bin. They can get 8-7, and yeah, I'd be laughing about it too.
That's a lot of impact. You lose your teammate down there on the ramp, you're playing 4 and 5, and this is what you come up with. And he should be dead. I mean, even this is, they might have won the round even if Dexter doesn't get this shot. It's still a big opening, but the fact that he turns around and actually picks it up is huge. And look at the money for NaVi. This could be an 8-7. This is actually super impressive mouse sports.
It's crazy. The fact that started with Simple getting the opening pick, and well, now Torji, the one who received that opening death last round, finds the opener. They can smell blood. There's a real opportunity here. We're going to be close again at the half. We've had some great games of Counter-Strike here for the final 4 best-of-1s.
This is, I mean, it's everything we want for the RMR. We're looking for the best teams to qualify. We want everyone to be tested maximally right here. Don't want anyone slipping through on just having a couple of good games and, you know, kind of rolling it through. We want to see everyone put to the test. Electronic out of this round. And MOUZ slow it down, and who can blame them? It would be kind of easy to anticipate that NaVi might try and do something aggressive behind this.
Yeah, and they've been rewarded for their patience in several opportunities here, MOUZ. I think they have the firepower advantage. The time, still plenty of that to work with. The unknown entity right now, Simple with the Deagle towards Connector. He has the crossfire set up with Bit on that 5-7, and they're actually going to peek on the smoke here. So Simple caught off guard, and Exertion gets a double. They don't come much easier than that.
Perfecto 5-7 at range, doesn't quite connect with it. Dexter to get the last couple of kills. What a first half he had. 8-7 in favor of NaVi, but MOUZ are really competitive. We'll see if they can finish what they started in the second half. It is coming up after the break.
Hello, future professionals. It's that time again to showcase a smashing smoke for Mirage. Today, I'll be teaching you all how to smoke CT as a terrorist. To do the smoke, line yourself up along this door. Aim at the corner of whatever this thing is. Then jump and throw. If done correctly, CT will be perfectly smoked off. Combine with a stairs and jungle smoke and A site will be yours. We're back. The final half of the day. We've got NaVi and MOUZ facing each other on Mirage. And yeah, that little grimace there, kind of saying a lot on the NaVi side. It was a tough first half. Dexter was laughing his way through. He got so many entries. That's a big reason why. It's cut right down the middle at 8-7.
He's been doing a good job, the in-game leader. Let's see if they can back it up now that they are going to be on the defense. NaVi on the attack. And, well, they've got a P250 in the big man's hand. Simple. A little bit of light util for SDY to operate with. And in the early stages, the bomb heading over towards B. So I guess spreading across the map to deal with any aggressive maneuvers. There's nothing coming their way. A pretty standard pistol here from MOUZ. They don't have any real mid information. So they've completely foregone any control of middle or any information over towards middle. Maybe not worried about the Glocks at range. See how that one plays out as the bomb will be scooped up now.
No kit either on the CT side, so just the raw mechanics of the pistols. Yeah, why not? Test the skill. It looks like the bomb is being brought back down through the underpass, and yeah, it looks like they're going to be crunching this A bomb side. Hard to know how this is going to be playing out with the way that MOUZ is set up right now. I mean, obviously that CT spawn player in Dexter, he's the range. He's been showing himself to be really good right now. That could be it. That USP could be all they need. Here we go. Flashing their way through. Torshu under some pressure.
JDC, though, helping out before any real fights happening here. Dexter is out of it. That's a nice shot from SDY. And they keep trading 3-on-3, and Electronic will win that fight just barely, leaving JDC on his own. 30 seconds, Bomb is right in front. They're going to try and wide swing it, and he can't find the headshot. Perfecto instead with the triple, and NaVi probably relieved to win this round.
I'm sure as soon as JDC jumps up there and he sees where the bomb is, he probably regrets that jump up. He could have played with the stairs. It meant he could have like initiated for that first fight and then dropped back into the second. But good stuff from NaVi. Both pistol rounds confirmed. And it is going to be a force buy back from MOUZ here. It's crazy because MOUZ, they hedge. Okay, if it's B, we got Julie's and JDC. And then if it's not, we'll start floating back. JDC coming in and getting lured towards middle and getting that first kill. You think that's really going to set the server alight, but NaVi do a good job of dealing with the A defenders and set themselves up one round away from the double digits. Now, if NaVi convert this one, should have a freebie into the follow-up.
Yes.
Give or take some saved weapons here from MOUZ. But that's 11 almost confirmed. So an important one here if they want to keep it in a fine nature, MOUZ.
I don't think it actually got them any kills, but how do you like that trick from NaVi to flash their way through their own smoke at top con?
Yeah, I like it, especially something like a pistol round, right? Where you can scale with those blocks, run down that space.
I think that's a nicer, creative way of doing it, you know? If you're on the CT side, you don't know, is this denying information for the catwalk? Or, ooh, are they coming right through? Electronic on the opening, and taking down Exertion. Does spot at least one player back there, so they're going to have a little bit of info on that one. Bomb is quite far away. I'm not worried yet.
No, I'm not worried either. It looks like they're gambling for B right now. Torchy's taking the scout over there. And at this point in the round, if the attack comes through to A and Dexter dies without a fight, it's just going to be a save call. So Dexter needs to get a couple of kills here or round over.
I have no idea how he would possibly get more than one. They're everywhere around him. Yeah, that was always going to be very unlikely. So, good job. Save the rest of the pistols. 10-7. All right. I think NaVi are enjoying this start. Probably going to be enjoying the next round too, you have to assume.
But that's the thing. They started the first half very well. It was a 4-0 lead, and at one point the score read 6-2. And then towards the tail end, MOUZ started to wear into action. The question is, have MOUZ done enough? And are they going to have another slow start? So it is fortunate they're holding on to the upgraded Deagles and the Scout. There is a scouting party having a look here. But at the same time, it's like, okay, if we go out with our upgraded weaponry and we lose a MAC-10 and we don't kill anybody, instead of having 3 upgraded weapons in the next round, it'll be 4.
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple maths to me if I'm NaVi. It's like, okay, let's not give them anything extra to work with. It's just fine. They can keep their Deagles, they can keep the Scout. We'll just have another clean round. What they did there, they just infested that A bomb site. Made it very difficult for Dexter to get away with anything. But it's still a problem here because, once more, if Torgy can activate with some picks, it's not as easy as like Dust 2 if teams take the long control and then you just sit at the top of A and just pepper down with the Scout. He has to kind of be in the thick of things. He can either go to connector or window early, hope that they peek before they're util, find a tag, reposition. Right? Ideally, if you find yourself a ticket and you have so many teammates in the A site on an A execute, the Scout can keep hitting shots as those pistols are keeping the rifles busy. That's one way he can find a bit of impact. But he's taking it over towards B, so at least they know that there's nobody in B apartments at the moment.
Yeah, good bit of information. Still think the Scout, surely on some level, if it can keep staying mobile and sort of get into the fight, getting those early tags is a nice way to make the pistol suddenly much more relevant. So if it's going to be relegated like it is now, all the way to the B bomb site where it's not going to have any impact, it's probably hard to do much, but yeah. They have a stack of the A bomb site, I suppose. Scout on its own, if it gets caught, it's, yeah, round over more or less.
Well, Simple's actually given Torgy an opportunity for a fight there. So he's repositioned now back towards the bench. He can take a long-range duel if they do consider accelerating up short. But again, I said it, the infestation. Well, here it is. They're like roots growing through the grounds here in towards the A side. It's here, there, and everywhere, about to tear the house down.
There's a lot of Deagles in this bomb site. You might want to be a little bit careful. Exertion gets one. Dexter there on the USP and a good cleanup. That's so fast with that MAC-10. So well done. And they realize there's a second player here somewhere. Bomb is going to be attempted now. Scout is in CT spawn, but ooh, can he find it? Oh, it's close, but the bomb does go down. If he would have landed that headshot, what a nightmare it would have been for NaVi. Would have been suddenly a 2-on-1 with no bomb plan in a really awkward position here. Torshi, for everything that he could do, this might be very hard to win all of a sudden.
That one's so frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a slight adjustment there, and that's a winnable round for Torgy, but now he just has to dip on out. I guess see if he can find anything that's an upgrade. So will SDY. It was crazy to see how aggressive Simple was there as well on 56 HP, because one Scout Puller, he's dead, and then it puts all the pressure on SDY. But regardless, they'll deal with it, they'll handle it, and they'll get themselves up to 11. And that's kind of what we expected with the early pattern. But this is where it starts and maybe stops for MOUZ. There is plenty of money available for the buyer. I don't expect Torji to run the Scout into this. I think that he will be upgrading into the AWP here. You don't have many rounds to work with now, so this is an option that you're going to have to run with, and this is a great mop-up by SDY. There was so many different angles that they were peeking through. It's just difficult for the output of these pistols to keep up. And Torji will bring out the AWP, but so will Simple.
Yeah,
Scout
now
left
it's
on the floor. Nobody wants that. Throw it over the fence.
Get rid of it. Simple setup if anyone is going to be careless to make the jump past. Nobody is. 4-round gap here. And setting up for a flash in the middle if anyone was going to call for it. If you hear the footsteps, someone running down or jumping through the smoke, maybe you say, all right, pop that flashbang in and we're ready to do it. But NaVi, outside of the A bomb site, at least, oh, the bomb is being run away. That's interesting.
Yeah, and there hasn't really been too much activity from MOUZ in the early stages. This is a very standard hold. The AWP with no presence on mid, but I think they're set up for NaVi trying to do one of these standard mid plays where they creep up through connector and try and get this vent control. So now they're going for the mid space. Electronic, back them off to a flame. Takes a nade at the back of the flash forward, completely blind. Frozen gets that and Bit. Oh, he's going to run through as well, offering himself up to Lord Frozen.
That is some great kills, and just the elbow showing here. Perfecto would love to find it, but not quite going to be possible. Dexter will take him down. And Simple, 1 versus 5, that seems like a fun challenge. But also, with the time that's left, probably really hard to do.
I would like to see him take the challenge. I want to see someone go for a wild clutch. But the thing is, he has no space to work. He has a Titan Hollow. Is that a Titan Hollow? It's a Titan sticker. Apparently the Titan Hollow is just 50 grand.
How's that even possible?
Crazy, right? It's a sticker.
Well,
because it's old? Are we like collecting stamps now? Are we digital old people?
yeah, I think that's, yeah, that is the, I guess, boomer version of, of that. Why not?
Or a coin collection. You know, they seem kind of crazy. There's memories attached to these things, though, and Simple...
You know, I have a story about this, now that they're hunting Simple down.
After time!
Back in Katowice, when we were doing the first major with the first pins, right?
Yes.
General
Landers, I think we call you. Yep.
Yeah, the whole general thing.
Yeah.
I called home to my wife and I said, listen, I know this seems crazy.
I've invested in our future.
But I've invested some money into this. And she was like, how much money? I was like, maybe like 500 euros. And she was like, you're so stupid. Why not? But if you go check the prices on those things now, it's absolutely crazy.
Oh, really? It's to the roof.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good investment.
It's probably the best investment I've ever made. Like,
okay.
Not beyond anything I've ever done in any other space. So, yeah. I don't know if I should be proud or really sad that...
No, it pays off. I know Rush is buying different agent skins, expecting them never to get re-released. So he's banking on, you know, some of the plays here.
Okay.
Yeah, different investment strategies for everybody playing at home.
There we go. What? 11 to 8.
Yeah, and look, Simple's investment strategy was saving that AWP, but you know, the mortgage it bottomed out, and he's in a bit of strife here. But fortunately, he has a nice teammate called SDY who's given him a loan. He'll loan him an AK-47 for this round. Bit with a MAC-10. Bit looking to lead the charge.
Missed opportunity. Jumped right over. 11 to 8. It's a very interesting point of the game. MOUZ could flip this around, and we could have a second upset. Dexter's going to be taken down electronic. Leg shot on a jumping MAC-10. Bit steals that AWP, but Sertion comes out right behind and could have easily been a double spray down. 2 versus 3. Oh, and SDY, he's in a good position. I can't believe he doesn't win the fight. JDC, how does he get away with that? 2 versus 2, and just an all-out battle in this round. They were fighting all across the map.
We're going to have to catch that one again in the replay there, because you from our perspective, SDY should have had him dead to rights. There's a few things that have been going on here. At the people at home, I'm sure they're typing ridiculous things in Twitch chat, and the forums are already being written, but there was a lot of communication in that moment because of the exchange. They're trying to piece together the information of where they need to go, and it's even likely he could have been looking at his radar, not expecting a player to push through that, but it looks unforgivable. Can Bit and Simple save the day?
They're very low on health. Lucky for them, there are no more nades picked up at the moment on the MOUZ side that could really immediately blow them up. Although JDC, yeah, that's a catch. Bit not ready for it, and he's going to close it out. That's some good killer instinct. He knew that there was a weakness there, and he just went straight for it. His teammate is far away, so if he misjudges that one, he leaves Frozen in a really awkward position.
There was a few awkward exchanges in that round, though. Electronic walks out, goes down to Dexter. Bit jumps in the window, gets leg shot, takes down Torji. Exertion pushes through the cat smoke, gets 1.5 kills.
Yeah.
So there was some really awkward fights. You hear that, Anders?
No. Yeah, I do.
Sounds like a bug zapper.
There is a bug zapper in here. So.
Well, it also smells like burnt in here.
It's not a problem.
No.
Try not to worry about it.
The place is burning down around us. Can we leave?
No.
Fair enough. We'll finish the game.
We're going to finish the game, Chad. We're professionals.
Okay. The house is on fire, but this game looking to be fire very, very soon. 2-round gapper. Light investment here from NaVi. Who's got the noisy cricket out? I guess it's SDY. Or is it simple? Someone's hopping and chopping between the burst fire.
Just a 2-round gap. But man, you're right about the communication though for SDY in that moment. I think something that people don't think about either when we're on LAN like this is sometimes you're looking at your teammates' monitor.
Oh, true.
You're literally trying to figure out, you know, instead of asking them, you can turn over, and if that happens when someone's walking through the smoke, well, that might be it.
Yeah.
So can be just something real simple like that. 21st round, under a minute now. Just the Deagles, a couple of Glocks in play here for NaVi. Yeah, they're spending a time playing entirely off the bomb site for MOUZ over at the B bomb site. So sort of saying, you know, we'll get 1 or 2 kills if you try and approach, then we'll retake it, and it's going to be fine. We'll see if they're right about it.
If Perfecto hits a Scorcher here onto JDC, there is a gap. Simple's out. He's calling this. This is the Scorcher. Needs to hit now. Holding them at bay here. They're going to get onto the site. They should get the bomb down here, Anders. This is a success in itself.
This is... Yeah, but I think MOUZ were kind of expecting that. You know, they were playing for the eventuality of the bomb plant. They just want to make sure they also then win it on the follow-up. 2 casualties so far on the MOUZ side, and the Glock back here. Yeah, there we go. The Eagle, that's the different kind of cannon. He never gets to fire it, but he had the right idea anyway. Going to be the round, obviously, for MOUZ. 11-10. I think they were prepared to give up the bomb plant. Not sure about anything else.
All right, well, now it's a 1-round game, and the weapons will come back out. A little bit of a bank built for MOUZ. Nothing crazy, nothing too substantial. They're dropping some guns across here, just working out who's getting what. So the AK in the hands of Dexter now, who's at 19 kills. This is a phenomenal performance from him. He had the majority of his impact, I would say, on that T side, but let's see how much more he can find here on the defense. 2 players towards window early, and Simple and Electronic are charging forward. Now, Simple got a flash to try and enable Electronic to get across, but spotting him, Exertion, the jump over was tidy, and damage done both ways, so I think we'll call that one off.
Can't believe Electronic is alive behind that.
They burnt 2 smokes there for nothing, right? They had to extinguish the top mid molly that came through, so Electronic could have safe haven, and they had the top cat smoke as well, and they didn't get any mid control. So that's great work from MOUZ to swat them away for now, at least.
Very, very quiet second half here for NaVi. And in some of these rounds, they're really being careful about it. Electronic, see what he could do with the AWP. I mean, why not? He's been playing a great game. In fact, NaVi in general have a lot of people on the board at the moment. Frozen. Maybe decent timing for that one. They still have some nades left on the MOUZ board side, and he's going to go back and check that they haven't lost control of the window room at the same time, but this looks like another A-crunch.
Yeah, I like the timing on that. Like, it's a smoke molly defense. They throw their smoke, we throw ours. So, into the molly. Speaking of the util, they're in.
Oh, but the lineup here for Frozen is absolutely amazing. Catching Simple through the smoke, and the Molotov. Wait, that was way late. Electronic obviously low from earlier, but what a surprise. He's like, okay, I didn't even know anyone was there.
They're looking rattled, aren't they? NaVi are looking very rattled now. It's the good starts to the halves that have given them, if you look at the first half, 4 consecutive, in the second half, 3 consecutive. There's 7 of their 11 rounds from the pistol and conversions and early gun round.
Yes.
Now that we're underway here, this is when MOUZ are whirring into action and looking quite confident in their decision-making here. This was a great combination from Frozen. We get him up to the double digits and then some. And then running through this late, Electronic, well, he did take that exchange early, right? He took that fight top mid. Simple doesn't have his AWP because of Bogdan's Law, so now he's more forward in the pack. starting to run into some real issues, aren't we?
Yeah. Perfetto actually just battling the Molotov to try and get the kill against Dexter. I appreciate that. That's a real commitment. They only have the 1 AK, so if he could have found the opening, it would have been genius. But unfortunately, Dexter is hard to kill.
They've applied a lot of pressure towards A, right? That drew quite a heavy rotation of support from MOUZ over to assist, and they've dealt with it for now, but they're looking for information mid. During all of this, the rotation back towards B's come through, and I think that's a fortunate timing. They've just called it clear. They said, okay, nobody middle, but somebody needs to get back over and help out JDC because he's on an island right now.
Smoke could be interesting. See if they're going to respect it or not. They can't obviously flash their way through, but yeah, they're just going to be walking out. Nade, it's kind of a medium throw. It doesn't really do any damage. I don't even know where the nade went. How's that possible? There's a whole hallway full of people. It must have gone past them somehow. And you're right, that did become a problem with JDC back there. Dexter is going to get the kill. Exertion goes down, though, and it's still a 3 versus 4. And NaVi, if they steal this round, that would be almost criminal.
They're saving,
yeah, they're already walking out.
That is insane. That is insane. All it was A pressure, walk back B. MOUZ got the information. They just didn't respond to it. So I think when they saw mid clear, they must have been expecting the A pressure, the A presence to still be lingering. And that wasn't the case at all. And SDY strolls out, shoots JDC out of position. They take down Exertion. That's it. Counter-Strike simple.
Yeah. Not too complicated, but very efficient. That means they're going to be up 12 to 11. I feel like NaVi just got away with a lot more than what could be expected, so that's a little bit interesting. Round number 24 is coming up, and at least they get to save 3 rifles on the MOUZ side. That's it, but what a competitive game. Every game we've casted to the chat has been of this caliber. It's all been close. Simple's not excited about, well, something. Seems a little bit frustrated, maybe.
Look, this is the nature of the best of ones, and this isn't even like a stark contrast. This isn't like day one where we had some like drubbings, right? These are top teams that we've had going toe to toe today. I'll just read out some of the matches we saw. Heroic versus Outsiders going on in the B stream. Big Vitality. That was the biggest blowout we had, 16 to 10, right? Then we had Cloud9 versus G2, a 16-13. Really could have gone either way. NIP, well, they hammered Bad News Eagles, and yeah, it has been quite the day for Counter-Strike here. I've enjoyed the matches we've had coming our way. But this one looks like it's going to go the distance again, maybe all 30. Blade just listening in. Quite quizzical here with your glances. So we're getting ready to get this one back underway.
Likes what he's hearing, apparently. Dexter is at 20 kills. Still really impressive, but his impact on the second half, just I think logically is going to have to be minimized because he can't do what he was doing on the T side where he was dictating the pace and sort of forcing the fights and getting the kills. On the CT side, he's going to have to be a little bit more respectful, especially because NaVi are playing so slow. So if he wanted to be aggressive on the CT side, good chance he runs right into someone that's waiting for him.
We see this aggressive stance they have. Dexter is basically just along to hold Torji's hand. Clear out the close angles with the rifle. Now Torji can hold the deeper angle. And you can see Dexter here. He's actually hedging on both angles. So if Torji responds, he's going to flick across. If he catches something out of his periphery, he'll flick up towards the Palace position. It's difficult to pick and choose.
Dexter ready. Oh, what an absolutely disgusting flashbang. Dexter, no chance here. SDY to take down Torji as well, and they're going to get frozen all in the same swoop. That's an opening. Okay, wait a minute. Hold the phone. Exertion still has something to say about this.
They saved last round, though. Wouldn't they just save again in this round?
I don't know. Exertion just got some really wacky kills, so maybe he's just thinking, I could do this. Now that it's been slowed down, yeah, maybe it is the better choice. Although JDC decides that Molotov meant go. It didn't meant fall back. He wants to push it. And yeah, now they're feeling it. Some of the younger players on this team, and they want to fight for it here. 2 versus 2. There is a smoke and a kit, so they could try and smoke it up. But that double position in CT spawn going to get it hard to get rid of. Exertion goes down. JDC on his own, 1 versus 2. He swings wide, and Perfecto takes him down. They lose not just the rounder, but all the rifles. NaVi now 13 to 11.
Yeah, that's curious because it looked like that they were considering the save right there, and maybe that kill lured them in to go for more against the boss's orders, but this was a great double up here from SDY. And I like this. I like the little detail here because enabling SDY to look for that fight, you know that teams are going to be identifying defaults. They're going to look for the straggler on A, so they tried it with that aggressive maneuver, and they've made sure that they clear it out diligently with a flash. It's not just a dry peek. It's not just a jiggle. There was some thought behind that, and it profits. And Simple, oh, he continues the pain. Frozen down, and this lead, if they can win it now, NaVi can practically close the game from this point.
Yeah, they're getting very close, aren't they, at this moment? All the cash poured into this round for MOUZ. They put up such a huge fight. I'd love to see them get another swing at it here. I'd love to see MOUZ sort of keep some of the weapons here. They've been playing some interesting Counter-Strike, but the second half has been rough on them.
Yeah, and I think for Torji, he's been having a hard go of things on the AWP as well. We saw this with the G2 game earlier. m0NESY didn't really activate on Mirage with the AWP, and the AWP can be such an influential weapon on a map like this, so it's left with rifles in hand.
That really was the God flashbang, wasn't it, the previous round? Oh, this one not bad either. So unfortunately from a friendly over on the catwalk, that was a CT-sided flashbang, but it'll be used by Electronic, and he's going to get the headshot on JDC. He's clearing it all up. He started to get there. Again, hard to compete with his own record of last night, but still, 2 versus 5 in this one. Exertion finally going to be taking one down. Bomb, actually, yeah, getting cancelled. They're like, wait a minute. Don't want to give it up in case he swings for it.
But now it has to be the save, right? Now they definitely... Dexter's in T-spawn right now, and Exertion looking for a hidey hole, and Simple's already on the hunt, so we're about to have a crash, and oh, Simple knife out, knife to a gunfight. Dexter doesn't even want to commit to this fight. You can see just nobody with the full commit here in the late stages of this one. But NaVi are definitely in control now. Now as they've, I don't know if they've allowed the game to slip, but it has slipped. And NaVi are looking to throw themselves into that 2-0 bucket. Bunch of names down there. We've discussed them earlier in the day.
Yeah, that's suspicious.
Yep, we saw something.
There's a smoke in the middle of T-spawn. I wonder why. Next, great on the mechanics, awful at hide and seek.
Yeah, I don't know. We called it something different down under. And we were hiding from crocodiles and spiders, so it was more for your life. I'm not sure which is more concerning for him, but...
I made this issue. I actually know nothing about Australia, but I'd be so scared of playing hide and seek. Like, what if you go to hide under something and you just find, you know, creepy crawlies and all the rest of it?
Welcome to my childhood.
I don't enjoy it at all.
A bit of a pensive timeout here.
But I'd still go.
It's long flight, Anders. Make sure you get yourself premium economy.
I've told you.
Opal mining.
Yeah, that's my plan. If maybe not plan B, but somewhere down the road, if everything goes wrong, I'll go find opals.
Well, look, everything has gone wrong in this game for MOUZ because at the moment with the buys, they are playing for overtime.
Yeah, that's true. What a tough position to be in. Why is it slowed down like this? Is it just NaVi that's sort of slowly choking them out here? Because they're playing a very slow style, NaVi. It feels like MOUZ don't have the answer.
Didn't it all fall apart where JDC got overrun on the B bomb site by a Deagle?
Yeah.
Yep, and that's all it takes sometimes. A momentum shifting round like that, and a round that they really should never have been losing because they had NaVi. They were the ones on full tilt. I know it's not a pinball game, but they were the ones who were definitely spiraling out of control here, and now they're in full control. Frozen down, executed at range, and the onslaught can keep on coming. There's nobody babysitting this bomb site at all.
One AK, one Exertion. Teammates are dropping, and he is too. Wow, SDY coming in with it. JDC on his own. You know, no, go on.
I was just going to say, one more round for NaVi to break the streak for MOUZ on Mirage. They were 10-0. In the last 3 months, which is spotless 100% in the last 3 months on Mirage, which is great guns. And the first team to kick off that spree was actually NaVi, right? MOUZ beat NaVi back at IEM Cologne 16-14 on this very map, and maybe a big reason why they were happy to find themselves here again. So not only are MOUZ going to likely find themselves in the 1-1 column, NaVi are going to break that immaculate streak of theirs. Maybe give them a bit of a wake-up call.
Could be, look at it, trying to take the pace. He tried it once before, Perfecto. He's going to try it again, and this time he'll find Dexter. Such a knockout opening here to try and close this out before MOUZ get a chance to build any momentum. They want to shut it down and win this map right now and get that step closer to the major qualification. Frozen. Oh, what a timing against him. SDY making up for earlier and dropping him. 3 versus 5. Torshi, as you said, very hard in the second half for him to try and find anything. Both because of the lack of funds, but also because NaVi have just not been letting him get away with anything.
Absolutely
Nice
mauling.
bomb plant.
Yeah, just a mauling, hasn't it been? And this should just color by number Counter-Strike here, and as NaVi are set up in very strong positions, they're just going to pull them apart one at a time. Exertion and Torzy, the last two standing and can't even hit the shots. You've got to start crediting STY for his impact in the tail end of this T half.
Yes.
Almost every single one of these rounds he's found some action, but there it is, 16-11. NaVi will defeat MOUZ and put themselves into the 2-0 column in Group B alongside Big, Ents, and Outsiders. So that's an interesting little pot of teams.
Yeah, really well played. It's good to see because, again, not the best version of NaVi that we've ever seen. So you want to see them start to build it up again. A lot is on the line right now. You do not want to give it up easy. So I'm impressed, but still, MOUZ, they really gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, good event so far for NaVi. 2-0 looking clean, and they have a best of 3 coming up next. We're going to head to a break, then the desk, and then we're done for the day here. See you tomorrow.